Governor Pete Ricketts just wrapped up his first trade mission, a visit to Europe. We caught up with him on the phone.
We produce a lot more agricultural products than we certainly can use in the state. How important are trade missions like this to get our Nebraska message out there?
I think it's absolutely important. We want to be able to expand our trade and be able to therefore grow our economy and create more jobs. We have the opportunity to really tell the world what great job our farmers and ranchers do. And that's why we're here in Europe. We do about $900 million in trade every year with Europe, about half of that being ag-related products. And I think that leaves us a big opportunity to be able to expand that. And here in Europe, there is a perception that, you know, our producers are all these big corporate operations, and which couldn't be further from the truth. So by coming here to help create those connections, we can get our story out and talk about the 98% of our farms and ranches are family-owned. What a great, you know, that our farmers and ranchers were the first conservationists taking care of the land and their animals. And we really got a great story to tell, but again, unless we tell it, nobody will know.
People think of industrial agriculture and factory farming, but when these folks are able to put a face to that cattle operation or that grain farm, does that sometimes break down some of those barriers that we face?
In fact, it's absolutely critical, because when our farmers and ranchers, and we brought a number of them from all across the state on this trip, are able to talk face to face with the people we're meeting with, it really changes perceptions in a way that I couldn't do it personally by myself. You know, for instance, we met with Phil Hogan, who is the Commissioner for Agriculture for the European Union. And we are currently negotiating TTIP, the trade agreement, right now. And to be able to have some of our folks who are farmers and ranchers be able to tell him directly about how they do business really just makes all the difference in the world to be able to help sell our story.
You know, when we get into some of these trade issues, biotechnology, genetically modified crops, those have been huge things for our producers and making us more productive, but sometimes we face some challenges at the trade negotiating table with that. Have you encountered that, and how do we address some of those issues?
Yeah, we absolutely have encountered that. Again, that's one of the reasons for this trip. Those would fall into the category of non-tariff barriers. When they prevent, when the European Union, prevents our innovations in bioscience from being imported into their countries, that hurts our ability to be able to export. And so one of the things that we were talking with the EU officials about, in particular Mr. Hogan, was making sure they base their decisions on good science, because all the science shows that GMOs, for instance, are perfectly safe and are one of the ways that we're going to be able to help feed the world. And so we want them to base their decisions on science and not on emotion, and that's one of the ways that we can help, again, open up those markets for our producers.
A bit of strength for corn and soybean prices. Will that bump in prices stick around? We'll talk about that up next.